It's a mixed bag of news for Minnesota's corn and soybean growers. The harvest should be great, but prices are low.
Some soybean farmers are already in their fields harvesting the crop thanks to near perfect weather. But now, 3 years after drought and world demand pushed prices to record levels, this year's harvest will be greeted with both optimism and anxiety. Bill Hudson is in a Hennepin County cornfield right now, and he joins us to explain. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Amelia. Yeah, this is great news, actually, on one hand for Minnesota farmers. It looks like, according to the USDA, they're going to have record crops of corn and soybeans, helped along, of course, by an almost ideal growing season this past summer. So then how is it that some of these farmers may end up losing money? As a stiff southern breeze shimmers a ripening field of soybeans, fall harvest can't be far behind.
The yield will help. I mean, it's price times yield, and that's what drives revenue.
For grain farmers like Bruce Peterson, this summer's growing season is about as close to perfect as it gets.
The last few years we've had excessive rains where there's been some drowned out areas, and I think that's the key this year is the whole state should have consistently good yields.
In fact, the U.S. Department of Agriculture predicts a record Minnesota corn harvest, averaging 184 bushels per acre. Now, normally that's great news, but the glut of stored grain and strong U.S. dollar will hold down grain exports and prices. In 2012, farmers were paid about $7.50 a bushel for corn, over $17 for their beans. Today, those grains are trading for roughly half.
When prices are down right now, yields are important because the more bushels you can squeeze out of each acre of corn, it helps offset some of those lower prices.
Many farmers will struggle to break even or even post a loss due to those higher production costs. But consumers may indeed benefit. Lower-priced grain drives down the cost of ethanol and helps make livestock less expensive to feed.
Farmers are still paying a lot of money for fertilizer, for seed, for fuel, for other input costs that it takes to raise a crop. That it's going to be tight for a lot of corn farmers this year.
Yeah, so when those prices for all those input costs equal what they get for each bushel of grain, of course, they break even. Now, it's unlikely that a lot is going to change between now and when all that grain is safely in the bins, and it's quite unlikely that that market price is going to change significantly in the up direction, Amelia.
So, Bill, is there anything that could threaten the record crop between now and harvest time?
Well, obviously, weather is always a threat, but what they need right now is more weather exactly like you're seeing today. This warm, dry winds helps dry this crop out. Matter of fact, this corn is already dimpled in the kernels, and it's drying fast. That reduces the amount of natural gas and propane they're going to need to dry the crop, so that will help maybe some of those farmers break even or maybe even get a little bit of a profit.
All right, Bill, let's hope to the same weather like this
Let's
for a
hope
while.
so, you bet.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.